Well, here is Escher. Same day. This is kind of part 2. And I am introducing him to the fly mask through using a little bit of clicker training here that I introduced to him in the beginning. So getting him used to the sound of the Velcro, because the bugs are kind of getting in his eyes and he's got some goopy eyes. And so I'm going to see if he'll let me get this mask on him. And you see I'm kind of conditioning him to the sound of the Velcro. Well, it's associated with food, which is a happy thing for him. So kind of what I'm wanting him to do is create some curiosity, stick his nose towards the mask. That was really good. And I have been able to put some fly spray on his face, but I feel if I can get the fly mask on him, it will make him a little bit more comfortable. So, unfortunately, my phone kind of quit out on me. That's what happens when you're filming. But I was able to, I had to put the halter back on, and then I was able to get the mask over his ears. And so, again, just working pretty heavily with the positivity of the hay. Because, again, I am just on day 2 working with him. And he's doing a great job. As you see, he's pretty comfortable with me kind of messing around with his face. And he's already pretty good about the sound of Velcro, which is oftentimes what worries the horses the most. And it really helps to have a food-motivated Mustang. It can be a lot tougher when there are more reserve and more flight response. But Escher does love food, so that's been very helpful for this, and that was a good little session. And again, I just kind of come back and play around with it, and get him used to the sounds of Velcro, and playing with putting the halter on and off several times throughout the day. And it's not the best mask, but it will work to keep the flies off.
Now he knows to come. You coming? Huh? What's up, Ash? Hey, pretty boy. Hey, pretty boy. What you doing? Good boy. Good boy.
So again, I'm back with playing with Escher, and this time I crawled over the panel. He's pretty good about not worrying about me above him, which oftentimes that can worry them a fair bit. But as you can see, he's pretty content as long as he's got some hay. So working on getting him to kind of follow, because I've been working on haltering, because I would like to leave him without the halter. Again, we're just on day 2, and that's pretty good for him to be accepting. And I'm working a little bit right here of disengaging that hind end, and then I'll give him a click reward with the hay. And I'm going to be pretty positive with the hay, especially in the beginning, giving the reward. And that was pretty good. See, he was a little still, so he was maybe a little nervous. Not too bad, but then he got his hay and he got his whole body kind of relaxed. I'm going to work a little bit of walking around, because again, I played a lot of kind of coming in, messing with him, playing with the mask. So now we're going to kind of finish up the day with working on leading a little bit. Kind of coming off the pressure of the halter. And because he's more of a confident type, you'll see me, I'm rubbing his face a lot. That is kind of turned into a reward for him. Because again, before he had the mask on, there were lots of flies. So that was made him feel better. So again, going in, taking off the halter, playing with the fly mask. Lots of repetition in small doses have been really good for him. And of course, lots of hay. I'm going to take the fly mask off a little bit because it is different for them to have the mask on and off, which is pretty common sense because it's a mask. But we're going to work on trying to get the mask back on. And that's kind of the hardest part. He wants to kind of back away. I was able to give a click and then give the hay, and so that kind of stopped him from wanting to go. So now I'm going to ask him to kind of pay attention. That was pretty good. I'm just pulling out his little forelock there for him. And then going back to the halter. And of course, I smacked myself in the head with the halter, with the metal piece. It's really important to have that helmet on, thankfully. It didn't hurt. And he did pretty good, not worrying about the sound. He flinched a little, but now I'm going to go back and do some rubbing with the rope on his body. He took a deep breath. So I like to reward that with either a click with a positive reward or give the positive reward through space and a little bit of time. Because I've kind of been focusing on his face, so just going back to his body, seeing what I can get. We were able to go and get a front leg pickup. And throughout the day, I've gone through and I've touched his body, kind of built my way. It's easy on the ones like this, where you can go through the steps, but he's pretty good and he's pretty confident, so it can help you move a little faster. But always going back to what they know and then adding the additional step. And then you're able to build upon that. So he was really good with the lead rope. Just giving him a second. I'm gonna go and take off the halter. Felt like that was a pretty good place. See if I can get him to do just a little bit of connection work right here. Well, that was good. I was pretty happy with that session. It was a good day for Escher. Here is Escher's introduction to grain. So the thing about Mustangs are they actually don't know how to eat grain. They only know hay in the holding facilities. That's all they're fed. So in the beginning, I always start with a Timothy hay pellet or alfalfa pellet, whichever you like. And then I use Buckeye Grow-and-Win, which is a ration balancer. And they tend to really like that combination. And of course, he'll have all the hay that he can eat. And he is finding it pretty tasty. So overall, it's been a really good day with Escher.